Okay, good afternoon, students. Today I'm going to start the topic.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, good afternoon. Okay. I'm going to start the topic vectors. Okay. And I could see in the group that you have finished projectile motion and major part of the uniform circular motion also. And I think this portion is left behind now, the vectors. So I will start with the fundamental definitions related to the vectors. And the first one is unit vector. First of all, it is needless to say that what is a vector, what is scalar. A vector scalar quantity is that which have only magnitude and doesn't have a specific direction. Whereas a vector quantity, to express a vector quantity, we need to specify both the things specifically, like magnitude and direction, both. Okay. We have already discussed earlier that what are various examples of vector quantities like force, momentum, and few examples of scalar quantities like mass, length, time, your that work, energy. They are the examples of scalar quantities. Okay. We will particularly discuss about the parts, the various definitions related to the vector. So, what are vectors that we discussed already? What are different types of vectors that we will see? Then, how to operate on the vectors. Operate means how to perform the fundamental mathematical operations like addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and other things, right? So that we will do here. Okay, so first thing I am starting with is a unit vector. Unit vector, you can simply see here, vector means a quantity which have direction. You will refer to this vector, means you will refer with the direction from this word. Vector will always refer to the direction. So you have a quantity that have a direction and unit is for its magnitude. Alright. So unit vector is a vector whose magnitude is 1. A vector with magnitude equals to 1 unit, right? We denote this generally by suppose we write a vector like this, then the unit vector will be represented by a cap. Whenever you write a letter and you have a cap over it, cap means it is a unit vector. Okay, no need to write anything like the unit vector, a vector or something like that. If you are writing a cap, if you are marking a cap over the vector quantity, then it shows itself that it is a unit vector. Okay, so how much will be the magnitude of this cap? It will be 1 and it have a direction, right? Now remember that whenever a vector is divided by its magnitude, whenever you divide a vector by its magnitude, it will have a direction because you are dividing only the magnitude, and how much will be the magnitude? Will be 1. So you always get a unit vector. So whenever you divide a vector by its magnitude, you get its unit vector. Okay, right? Okay, so first thing is your unit vector. Now we have three specific directions, like one is x, y and z, right? And since these three directions, they must have three unit vectors associated with them. So generally the unit vector along x-axis is I cap, along y-axis is j cap, along z-axis is k cap. Okay, these are few things that you will have to remember. That along x we generally take the general vector we take along the unit vector we take along the direction of x is I cap, along y is j cap, along z is k cap. Okay. One more thing you remember, that suppose if you have a vector a vector, then you can always write this as a into a cap. Okay. From here, this see one thing, this is a vector, or you write like this, Either you write the vector and put it in between two bars. This is called as the modulus of a vector, right? Modulus of a vector means, modulus term means the magnitude. Okay, so this means magnitude. Or you don't put this as well as you don't put the arrow mark. You simply write a. It also means the magnitude of a. So you write like this or you write like this. Both are correct. They both are notation for magnitude of a vector a. Okay, they both represent the magnitude of a. So if you are writing magnitude of a, you can write simply a, or you can write a vector within two bars. Okay, they both mean that. So whenever you have a vector, what you have? You have a magnitude, and that magnitude is associated with a unit vector. So direction is particularly the direction given to a vector. What is the direction of a vector? It is the direction of a cap. How much is magnitude of a vector? This is a. So the direction to a vector quantity is always given by this unit vector. Remember this. Okay. Who gives direction to a quantity? It's the unit vector. Whenever a unit vector gets attached with a vector, you get a vector quantity. Whenever a unit vector is get attached to a scalar quantity, then you get a vector quantity. Okay. And one more thing, that this one, that I cap, j cap, k cap are unit vectors along the three specific directions x, y and z. Okay. Next term is Yes. Yes, pick up. I think you have some problem with network. Alright. You can ask afterwards, okay? When you get your get rid of your network problem, you can ask that time also the question. Second is magnitude of a vector. As I told you just now, that magnitude of the vector is the scalar quantity attached with the vector, right? Now, suppose we represent this vector. We represent the vector quantity by an arrow. Then this tip of the arrow represents the direction of the vector, and the length of the arrow represents the magnitude. So if you have a vector this and you have b vector this, right? So they have the same direction, but their magnitudes are different. So by looking at the vectors, you can say that a vector magnitude is more than b vector magnitude, because the length of the arrow is more for a vector and less for b vector. So it means that a vector quantity which is represented by an arrow, the point of the arrow represents the direction and the length of the arrow represents the magnitude of the vector. But we generally don't need this thing to be, means we don't generally use this particular thing, right? This is a kind of understanding that if you represent a vector quantity by an arrow, generally we do this in term when we solve a condition with the help of graph. Okay, in that case, if you represent a vector by an arrow, then the tip of the arrow will represent the direction and the length of the arrow will represent the magnitude of the vector. Okay, now how to find out the vector, the magnitude of a vector? Suppose you have a vector which is equal to x I cap plus y j cap plus z k cap. I will give you an example here. You have this x, you have y, right? And here this direction is I cap and this direction is j cap. Okay. Suppose I mark a point here 2, 3. Let us suppose that the point is P. Okay, then I join this here and take this. Suppose, now tell me what will be the OP vector. OP vector, how you will get this OP vector? OP vector means the starting point of the vector is O and the terminal point is P. If I am writing PO vector, then it will be reversed. Okay, the starting point would be then, in that case, would be the P and the terminal point would be O. So now here OP vector is a vector from O to P. It will take you from O to P. So how you will reach to the point P? What you have to do? You will have to move 2 units along I cap like this. So 2 units along I cap, and then you will have to move 3 units along j cap. So 2 I cap plus 3 j cap. This is your OP vector, right? This type of notation, when we represent the vector in terms of these in such a way, in this way, means like in terms of I cap, j cap, k cap, that way is called as Cartesian form of vectors, right? So this is the Cartesian form of a vector. Cartesian form. Why we call this as Cartesian form? Because these coordinates are called as Cartesian coordinates. This plane is called as Cartesian plane, right? So from there we get this word Cartesian form of vector. Okay, so Cartesian, let us suppose that we have a vector, a vector. Let us suppose that we have a point in the space here at the tip of the pen. So suppose the coordinates are x comma y comma z. Then how you will reach to this point from the origin? You will have to move x units along I cap. Then you move y units along j cap. Then you move z units along k cap. That way you will reach to this point. So how your a vector will be represented: x I cap plus y j cap plus z k cap. Now in this Cartesian form, suppose you want to find out a vector magnitude, then it will be given by, suppose here, let us suppose that I want to find out the magnitude of OP vector. So OP vector magnitude is nothing but the length OP, right? Now you can see here that we have a right angled triangle. So what I will do, it will be equal to under root of this length. Now what is the length of this side? Okay, what is the length? This j cap represents the direction. This is not the length. Length is 3 units. This I cap represents the direction, not the length. Length is represented by 2. So it should be 2 square plus 3 square, right? So it will be 4 plus 9 under root equals to under root 13 units. So how you will find out the magnitude of this vector? It will be under root x square plus y square plus z square units. Because why units? Because it will be the length of the vector. Okay, so this is the magnitude. How you get the magnitude? If you have Cartesian coordinate form, then you will write under root x square plus y square plus z square. Okay, so from here, how can I write this vector, a vector? A vector, it will be yes, just a minute, not a vector. Suppose I want to write a cap, it will be a vector upon magnitude of a vector. Okay, so it means that a vector is this: x I cap plus y j cap plus z k cap upon under root x square plus y square plus z square. Now I can individually divide the terms. So how much is my a cap? It is x upon under root x square plus y square plus z square I cap plus y upon under root x square plus y square plus z square j cap plus z upon under root x square plus y square plus z square k cap. This is the expression to obtain the unit vector for a vector which is given in Cartesian coordinate form, right? So this is magnitude and this is the expression for unit vector, right? Okay, next is equal vectors. Next is equal vectors. Now equal vectors, a vector have two things, one is magnitude and other is direction. So if two vectors have same magnitude, have equal magnitude and same direction, two vectors with equal magnitude and same direction. So two vectors with equal magnitude and same direction. are called as equal vectors. Suppose you have this 2, suppose this is A vector. Let us suppose that this is A vector, this is B vector, this is C vector. So if all the lengths are equal, if all the three lengths are equal, then A vector is equal to B vector, but A vector is not equal to C vector, although the lengths are equal, because their directions are not same. Okay, so when you want to check whether the two vectors are equal or not, in that case what you will have to check is that their magnitudes must be equal, as well as they must have the same direction. Same direction means they must have the same unit vector. Okay, when you obtain the unit vector, you get the same unit vector and you get the same magnitude. How you will obtain magnitude? Under root x square plus y square plus z square. And what will be your unit vector? That expression I just now I wrote here. Okay, that was the expression for unit vector. X upon under root x square plus y square plus z square I cap, plus y upon under root x square plus y square plus z square j cap, plus z upon under root x square plus y square plus z square k cap. That is expression for unit vector. So for equal vectors, you will have to obtain the magnitude, that must be equal. You will have to obtain the unit vectors, and that should be same, right? Then next is negative of a vector. Now negative of a vector means the magnitudes are equal, but the direction is just opposite. Magnitudes are equal, direction opposite. Okay, so they are negative vectors, right? Suppose you have a vector 2i cap. What will be its negative vector? Minus 2i cap, because you will have to, because this, what is the direction, what is the magnitude? 2, and what is the direction? Minus I cap. So if I cap is this direction, this is x, so it will be in opposite direction, in x direction. So they are negative of each other. Suppose you have 2i cap plus 3j cap plus 4k cap, then the negative vector will be minus 2i cap minus 3j cap minus 4k cap. That will be the negative vector of this given vector.
Sir, please repeat, sir. समझ में नहीं आया सही वाला.
Negative of a vector simply means that the magnitude should be equal. Okay, and direction should be just opposite. Direction must be just opposite. Suppose you have this, for example, let us take this previous one, first example. This is 0, 1, 2, right? This is x. So what is this 2i cap? Means 2 units along I cap. This is your vector, right? This is 2i cap. Now what is minus 2i cap? Minus 1, minus 2. You will move 2 units in the opposite direction. This is minus 2i cap. Now can you see that this vector has magnitude, or the lengths are equal? Both have 2 units. But the direction of this vector is plus x and the direction of this vector is minus x. So you can say that they are negative of each other. Magnitude should be equal. Yes?
सर ये जो वेक्टर का, जो नेगेटिव वेक्टर का कंपैरिजन सिर्फ एक ही वेक्टर में होता है या फिर अलग-अलग वेक्टर से? ये वेक्टर अलग और ये वेक्टर अलग है.
Every vector have a unique negative vector. एक ही होता है. ठीक है? Because just opposite direction will be only one.
Okay, sir.
For any direction, suppose north. If I give you a direction north, what will be the opposite direction of north?
South.
Is there any other direction other than south which can be opposite to north?
No, sir.
So that's why, no? A vector have a unique negative vector, because what we are saying, the direction should be just opposite. So if you have a direction, if one direction is given to you, you will have a unique opposite direction. Okay, so it can be a unique vector only. Means for a given vector, you will have a unique negative vector. Okay. Now, when suppose I am talking about this, if I take this one, so what I have to just check here, I will give you a short notation, just a short kind of knowledge that for equal vectors, what you have to check is the magnitudes must be equal, right? and the cap vector must be same. For equal vectors, you will find out the magnitude. The magnitude should be equal, and the unit vector you will find out it should be same, right? Here what you have to see is the magnitudes must be equal, but the unit vectors are negative of each other. Then only negative of each other means if one vector is having some particular direction as a unit vector, then the other vector will have just opposite to it. I will show you here in this example that how to find out. Okay, tell me this, suppose this is A vector, this is B vector, right? So what is magnitude of A vector? Under root 2 square plus 3 square plus 4 square. 2 square 4, 3 square 9, 4 square 16. So 25, this is 29 under root. Here, what will be the magnitude of B vector? Minus 2 square plus minus 3 square plus minus 4 square under root. Minus a square will be plus, right? And this will be under root 29. So you can see that we have equal magnitudes, right? Now let us obtain the direction. And for direction, what we need? We need the unit vector. So let us obtain the unit vector. Now we have the magnitude here under root 29, here also under root 29. So A cap 2 upon under root 29 I cap plus 3 upon under root 29 j cap plus 4 upon under root 29 k cap. What will be the unit vector here? B cap. It will be minus 2 upon under root 29 I cap plus minus, you have minus 3 upon under root 29 j cap minus 4 upon under root 29 k cap. If you take minus common, then you get 2 upon under root 29 I cap plus 3 upon under root 29 j cap plus 4 upon under root 29 k cap. What was this? This was nothing but A cap. So what you are getting? Minus A cap. So directions are just opposite, but the magnitudes are same. So you can say that A vector is equal to negative of B vector, right? Simple. आपको कुछ नहीं करना है, ये तो मैंने आपको मेथड बताया कि कैसे हम चेक करते हैं. अदरवाइज व्हाट यू हैव टू सिंपली सी, अगर आपको कोई भी वेक्टर दिया है, यू जस्ट रिवर्स द साइन. आप उसके साइन रिवर्स कर दो, यू विल गेट द नेगेटिव वेक्टर, राइट? व्हाटएवर वेक्टर इज गिवन, यू रिवर्स द साइन. ओके, सो सिंपली नो नीड टू चेक दिस आउट. सपोज यू आर गिवन अ वेक्टर 3 I cap minus 7 j cap plus 4 k cap. Suppose this is the vector. Then its negative vector will be minus 3 I cap plus 7 j cap minus 4 k cap. No need to change these quantities. Just you reverse the sign. Plus becomes minus, minus becomes plus, plus becomes minus. Right? Then you will say that the two vectors are negative of each other. Okay? Equal vectors, every vector will be equal to itself only. Right? Because if suppose you have 3 I cap minus 7 j cap plus 4 k cap, the only equal vector is 3 I cap minus 7 j cap plus 4 k cap. Means all the three quantities must be equal as well as their signs must be same, right? Same sign, same magnitude, equal vectors. Opposite sign, same magnitude, negative vectors. Now you have, if you have any doubt up to here, let me know. Yes, any doubt?
No, sir.
I think someday I told you one thing, that physics is very easy for you if you have command over the three things. One is vector, other is graph, and the last one is calculus. Okay, so vectors are very much important to understand. If you don't understand, if you are unable to understand vectors, then nobody can help you in covering your syllabus of physics. Nobody can help you there. Okay, the next one is co-initial vectors. Co-initial vectors. Now co-initial, initial, co means same, initial, same initial point. Two vectors with same initial point are called as co-initial vectors, right? Two vectors with common initial point, right? Then we have a co-terminal vector also. Co-terminal. What are co-terminal? One vector and the other vector. They have these. This arrow is the terminal point. So they have what they have? They have same terminal point. So they will be called as the co-terminal vectors. Okay. Then we have a term called as coplanar. Coplanar vectors. Vectors in the same plane. Suppose these two vectors, A vector, B vector, they are both on the plane of board. So they are coplanar vectors. Suppose if I place a vector perpendicular to the board along with these two. So A and B are coplanar, right? If suppose this is C vector, I can always imagine a plane which is like this, like my hand, which would be passing through both the vectors. So A and C can be coplanar. A and B can be coplanar if I put up a plane like this. But A, B, C together cannot be coplanar. There is no plane which can pass through A, B, C simultaneously. So AB are coplanar, AC are coplanar, BC are coplanar, but ABC together are not coplanar vectors. Okay, these are called as coplanar vectors. Coplanar means same, planar, same plane. Vectors in the same plane are called as coplanar vectors. Next is collinear vectors. Collinear vectors. All these things, that how to check whether the vectors are coplanar or not, collinear or not, that I will tell you later on. Okay, just now for the time being we are just going through the definitions, what they mean. Collinear, on the same line. Suppose you have a vector, A vector. Now this is the vector. What is the baseline of this vector? The baseline is this one, baseline, whose part is your vector, right? Suppose I make another vector here, B vector, right? Now A and B share the same baseline, so they are collinear vectors, right? So any two vectors with same baseline are called as collinear vectors. Collinear. Line is this one, baseline is this, so that is line. Linear and co, sharing the same line. Yeah? What?
Doubted.
डाउट है? हाँ बताइए.
जॉब होने के लिए ये जरूरी है क्या कि वो कोइनिशियल वेक्टर्स भी?
किसके लिए?
So for any two vectors we call them coplanar vectors. जब वो co-initial vectors भी?
No, not necessary. This is one vector and this is another vector. Right? You can see that they both, I can draw both of them on a board. Means board, the plane of board can pass through both the vectors, right? So they both are coplanar, but they are not co-initial, right? Okay, it's not necessary. Coplanar means only thing is that the same plane can pass through both the vectors. Means both the vectors are the part of the same plane. They can be drawn on the same plane, like this board. Okay? Right?
Okay.
So it's not necessary that they must be collinear. Yeah.
Sir, can they overlap?
Can we?
Can the two vectors overlap each other?
Yeah, sure. Why not? They can overlap also. This is one vector. This is another vector. Now these two vectors are collinear. Yes. Are they coplanar? Yes. Are they co-initial? Yes. Are they coterminal? No. They have different terminal points, right? So a vector can have different type of properties. These are actually the properties, co-initial, coterminal. A vector can have more than one property. A vector at the same time can be collinear also, coplanar also, co-initial also. It's not a problem, right? Okay?
Okay, sir. Thank you.
All right.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
एक्सक्यूज मी सर।
यस यस,
सर ये जो कोलिनियर वाला जो है सर, इसके अंदर जो वेक्टर्स है उनका डायरेक्शन चेंज भी हो सकता है?
बिल्कुल हो सकता है बेटा, सिर्फ एक ही कंडीशन है दैट दे मस्ट हैव द सेम बेस लाइन. They are also collinear, right? C vector direction is opposite to A, but they are sharing the same baseline. Okay, same baseline, or actually it should be like it can be parallel baseline also, right? Parallel भी हो जाते हैं तब भी हम उसको collinear ही कह देते हैं. Suppose this is a
Okay,
vector,
sir.
this is your baseline, this is another vector with this baseline. So they have the same baseline, either the baseline should be same or it can be parallel baseline. Then in both the cases we call them as collinear vectors. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Because later on you will come to know that we can shift the position of a vector. Vectors can be shifted from one position to other. What you will have to just keep in your mind that while shifting, its magnitude and direction should not change. Right? Means, suppose this is north, south, east, west. Okay, you consider this direction. Suppose I draw a vector like this. This is 4 units, the length is 4 units and the direction is along north. Okay, if I shift this vector here in such a way that the length of the vector is equal, the length of this line is equal, it means the magnitude is 4 units only and the direction is again towards north. Okay, so this is possible. Are you getting it? You can always shift the vector. What you will have to remember is its magnitude, means the length of the vector should not change, its direction should not change. If it is along north here, then it should be north only. So you can shift this vector from here to here. You can bring them. Where we will do this? In such type of cases, like whenever you want to perform an operation, हालांकि ये भी थोड़ा आगे का मैटर है, but I'm just trying to solve your query that when you want to operate two vectors, you will have to bring them on the same point. आपको उनको एक ही point पे लाना पड़ेगा. Like suppose you want to add two vectors, one vector is this and other vector is this. You want to add this vector to this vector. Now it is not possible this way, because they are at different positions, means you will have to bring them at a common point, then only you can add them. So what I will do, I will shift this vector here like this, okay, in such a way that the length remains same and the direction also remains same. So I can shift this vector here. Yeah, yes,
सर जो आपने शिफ्ट किया वो दोनों पैरेलल होने चाहिए?
बिल्कुल बेटा, पैरेलल होंगे तभी सेम डायरेक्शन है ना. डायरेक्शन शुड बी सेम as well as the length that refers to magnitude should be same. आपका वेक्टर चेंज तभी होगा जब आपका वेक्टर का मैग्नीट्यूड या डायरेक्शन दोनों में से एटलीस्ट एक चीज बदल जाए तो आपका वेक्टर बदल जाएगा. ओके, अगर मैंने यहां पर इसको यहां लगा रखा या यहां रखा, यहां भी उसका मैग्नीट्यूड उतना ही है, यहां भी उतना ही है, डायरेक्शन भी उतना ही है, ये भी उतना ही है. कैन यू से दैट दे आर इक्वल वेक्टर्स? यस. सो इफ इट इज बी वेक्टर, what this will be? This is also b vector. So you can always shift the vectors. Okay, because if you want to add them, you want to subtract them, you want to multiply, then you will have to bring at the same, you can say you will have to bring them to the same point. Either the point should be, a point should be common in between them. Okay, you will have to bring them to the same condition. So either you can shift this vector here or you can shift this vector here, a vector. Right? Either I should shift B here or I shift A here. Same length, same direction. Now I can add A vector, B vector, I can add A vector, B vector, or even subtract, multiply, whatever I want to do, I can do now. Okay? So that is why I said that if you have suppose the same baseline or you have a parallel baseline, it means the collinear vector only, because क्योंकि मैंने इसलिए ये चीज कहा कि collinear का मतलब हम क्या समझते हैं, one over other. Okay, generally what we say that suppose two lines are there, what we call them as parallel and what we will call these two lines collinear. So what we understand from collinear word that one over other, coincident. Okay, one over other, that means collinear. But in case of vectors, the parallel vectors are also collinear because you can always shift the vectors. This is a particular quality of vectors. No, you can always shift the vector. Only thing you will have to understand is you cannot change the direction and magnitude of the vector. So you can always bring this vector here. So are they collinear now? Yes. So in case of vectors, you can say that parallel vectors are also collinear vectors. Are you getting my point?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so can I proceed now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now the next term which I will discuss with you is one of the most important terms, and this will decide that whether you can understand the vectors or not. Okay, two things. One is position vector and second is displacement vector. Displacement vector. These two things are very important when we consider that particular part of mechanics, right? What is position vector? Suppose, as it is clear from the name itself, that this vector tells the position, right? Suppose you have a coordinate system x, y, and you have a point 4, 5, right? Then suppose this is P, this is O, then this vector, the vector that joins the origin with the point, okay, will tell the position of the point, where the point P lies. This vector that joins origin to the point is called as the position vector. Okay, is called as the position vector, and the direction of this position vector is unique. What is that? Always away from the origin. Okay, since this is a vector, so it means that it must have a unique direction, and that unique direction is always away from the origin. Remember this. Position vector is a vector that gives the shortest distance of the point from the origin, and the direction is always away from the origin. Okay, this is your position vector. Now, how can you find out the position vector? Suppose if you have 2 points. Remember one thing. Suppose to obtain the expression for a vector, what you need is an initial point and a terminal point. Okay. Suppose initial point is x1, y1 and terminal point is x2, y2. Then simple method of finding the expression for the vector is x2 minus x1 I cap plus y2 minus y1 j cap. And if suppose your vector lies in 3-dimensional plane, z1, z2 are also there, then it will be z2 minus z1 k cap. Okay, x1, x2, final points coordinate minus initial points coordinate. Final point, initial point, final point, initial point. So x2 minus x1 I cap, because x2 minus x1 will be along the direction of x. These are x coordinates, so they will be where you will mark the point x. Suppose x, y, z you have. Where you will mark x, you will find out that where is x here on the x-axis. So you will move I cap in the direction of I cap. How much distance? x2 minus x1. This is the way to write the vector. Now suppose here, this is the condition. You want to write the expression for position vector. Then this is your terminal point, right? What is your initial point? 0, 0, 0. So how much will be the OP vector, which is your position vector of P? How we will write position vector of P equals to OP vector. Initial point is always O, right? Origin. OP vector equals to x2 minus x1, x minus 0 I cap plus y minus 0 j cap plus z minus 0 k cap. So how much? X I cap plus y j cap plus z k cap. Simply with the coordinates you write I j k, x I cap plus y j cap plus z k cap. That will be your position vector, right? If suppose you are given a position vector, OP vector equals to 2 I cap plus 3 j cap minus 7 k cap. Can anybody tell me that what are the coordinates of point P? Can anyone tell me that what are the coordinates of point P?
2, 3, 7.
2, 3, minus 7. Beta minus. You have a minus also. Okay?
Yes, sir, minus
Remember the sign. 2, 3, minus 7 are the coordinates of point P. So if you have coordinates, you can write position vector. If you have position vector, you can write the coordinates. This is the first thing. Okay? Second thing is displacement vector. you have a point P, x1, y1, z1, and you have a point Q, x2, y2, z2, and this is your origin, right? Then displacement vector will be the vector between the 2 points. Displacement, distance of, shortest distance of one point from the other. So what is the displacement vector PQ? What will be the displacement vector PQ? It will be x2 minus x1 I cap plus y2 minus y1 j cap plus z2 minus z1 k cap. And suppose if I ask you that what is the displacement vector QP? Now QP vector will have this direction. So what will be your
x1
expression?
minus x2 I
Yes, correct. x1 minus x2 I cap plus y1 minus y2 j cap plus z1 minus z2 k cap. So I think you can understand now that final points, terminal points coordinates minus initial points coordinates, and just put along with x, the difference of x, you put y I cap, with the difference of y you put j cap, with the difference of z you put k cap. So this way we write the displacement and the position vector. Okay? Right? Okay, now next is what do you understand by resultant of a vector? Resultant of a vector means, resultant means result. Result of, resultant not of a vector, resultant of vectors. Of vectors, right? Two vectors you have. What will be the resultant? It means that simply that suppose you have a coordinate system. This is x, this is y. Suppose you move 2 units along I cap, right? So you reached here the point 2. You moved 2 units along I cap. Then you moved 3 units along j cap. J cap is this direction. So you reach here this point. This point is 3. So what are the coordinates of this point? This is 2, 3, right? Now suppose if I write the equation of this vector, what will be that? Using Pythagoras theorem, the equation will be, or you can use the term, that expression for position vector, it will be 2 I cap plus 3 j cap, right? Now what does it mean? It means that either you move 2 units along x and 3 units along y, you will reach at a point, or you move directly on 2 I cap plus 3 j cap and you will reach the same point. Am I correct? Are you getting it? In both the conditions, you want to
Yes,
reach
sir.
from O to P, you want to reach. Either you can go like this, 2 I cap plus 3 j cap like this, or you can go simply straight this much, means along which vector you will move? Along 2 I cap plus 3 j cap, right? So what is this? This is the resultant of these two, right? The resultant of the two vectors. So what is simply resultant is, suppose if you have a vector and b vector, if you have two vectors, then the resultant vector is nothing but a vector plus b vector, okay, plus the addition. In simple words, how we define resultant vector? Resultant vector is a vector that will produce the same effect as the individual vectors would have produced. These are your individual vectors. If you move like this, 2 I cap plus 3 j cap, what is the effect of these two? Effect is you reached from O to P, right? And simply moving on this vector will produce the same effect. You will reach from O to P again. So this vector is producing the same effect as these two together would have produced, right? So this is the resultant of these two vectors. Are you getting my point? Right? So the result of addition is called as resultant of vectors. Okay? Result of addition. If you have two vectors A and B, then their resultant would simply mean their addition. Finding the resultant means, if in the question they ask you that these are two vectors, find their resultant, then what they are expecting from you? To find the addition vector. right? What you will get after addition. You addition resultant means what is the result of addition of the two vectors. Okay. For today, I will take one more topic, a small topic, and then we will stop today here only. And tomorrow's session would be very important session, because in that session we will discuss about one of the important operations, that is addition of two vectors. As you have seen that finding the resultant means adding the vectors, right? So it is very important to understand that how we add the vectors, not simply like the numbers. They have a different method for the addition, right? Now for today, the last topic is multiplication of a vector by a scalar. How you will multiply a vector with a scalar? Suppose you have vector like a vector equals to 2i cap plus 3j cap plus 4k cap. Now you want to multiply this vector by 2. Okay, then what you will have to do is simply multiply all the magnitudes by 2. So it will become 4i cap plus 6j cap plus 8k cap. Okay, so it is very easy. How we multiply the vector by a scalar quantity? We simply multiply its magnitude by that scalar quantity. Okay, if suppose simply you are given a vector a vector and you want to multiply any suppose constant, let us suppose that lambda is that constant, is a scalar, then it will be lambda times a into that vector. You simply multiply the magnitude by that lambda and put an arrow mark. Here if you have Cartesian coordinate form, if this is the vector, you multiply the individual components by the scalar. Okay?
Excuse me sir.
Right, yes.
सर जो आपने इसमें 2 से मल्टीप्लाई किया सर सबको, सर इसे 2 से क्यों किया सर?
क्योंकि हमने यहाँ पे क्या निकाला है 2 इंटू ए वैक्टर. अगर सपोज ये 3 इंटू ए वैक्टर होता तो आप 3 से मल्टीप्लाई करते. अगर ये 4 टाइम्स ए वैक्टर होता, यू आर मल्टीप्लाइंग a constant number to a vector, then multiply all the individual these terms by that constant number. क्योंकि 2 टाइम्स ए वेक्टर निकाल रहे थे इसलिए 2 से किया. सपोज आई आस्क यू टू फाइंड आउट 5 टाइम्स ऑफ ए वेक्टर, then it would be 10 I cap plus 15 j cap plus 20 k cap. Okay?
Okay sir.
All right, any other question?